to be honest, I couldn't really think of anything to put these two characters in similarity. I just thought these two will make a good battle. So, Ruby Rose, the leader of Team Ruby and professional huntress. And Tracer, the agent of Overwatch. For this fight, please know that this is before Volume 5 of Rwby. So I will be looking at Volume 1 to 4. But anyway, let's get into the Colosseum's third round of fighters. Ruby Rose was born a child in the world of Revenant, where monsters called Grim seeks destruction. After losing her mother, she decided to follow in her footsteps and become a huntress just like her. She was trained by her Uncle Crow, a professional hunter with a scythe, and she is very skilled in using that scythe to defeat thugs and Grim. Ruby has very good physical stats thanks to her semblance in speed and aura for her durability. She is exceptionally fast and can take as many punishment than normal people. She also has very good strength and is very skilled in fighting when it comes to fighting more experienced people or monsters that could have killed her easily. But her real strength comes from her Crescent Rose, a giant scythe sniper rifle. She uses this weapon to defeat her enemies, and she can also use it to help boost herself up for more speed. One shot from the scythe has the potential of blowing a giant hole in a Grim's torso. Plus, she can use it to launch herself several feet in the air with one shot. Rwby has done several great things, from decapitating a giant Grim from killing a ton of Grims by herself. She was able to take out several thugs by herself and was able to hold her own against Neo and Torchwind, two people who were famous for crime. She was the youngest member to ever join Team Rwby and was able to cut off Tyrion's tail off when he was distracted. She even took out a giant Grim Dragon and Cinder with her Silver Eyes ability. Unfortunately, we don't know that much about the Silver Eyes, and that's somewhat of a weakness. Ruby's story is still going on, and we don't know that much about her yet. Plus, she is still very young and has yet to fight anyone more equal to her without a team. Not to mention that she is primarily fighting with scythes and snipers. She is barely experienced without it, and that could be a very disadvantage for Rwby. But one thing is for sure, if you're fighting this red hooded scythe wielding huntress, you better hope you are fast enough, strong enough, and tough enough to take her on, because if you're not, don't bother trying to survive. You already lost. Lena Oxton was a pilot during the Omnic War. After a failed testing with an experimental jet, she became a ghost, fading out of time. But luckily, her good friend Winston, a guerrilla scientist, was able to make her a chrono accelerator that let her manipulate and stay and put in time. So now she uses this newfound power to help defend the innocent. And when the Overwatch recall happened, she used it more than ever now. Her physical stats aren't really that great, not being anything superhuman. She doesn't have any good strength, speed, or durability feat ever shown that gives her a huge leg up against near any other fighter. She has her pulse pistol, two machine guns that are mainly used for close range, her pulse bomb that can obliterate near anyone attached to it unless they are extremely durable, her chrono accelerator can let her blink a few miles, but it malfunctions sometimes, and a rewind that resets her from 3 to 15 seconds from where she last was and what state she was during that state. Tracer was able to do many things with her Chrono Accelerator, including help secure World Peace against the Omnics, Disarmed Widowmaker, survive an explosion that was near point blank, avoided a sniper shot. Tracer isn't a perfect fighter. She needs weapons or else she's vulnerable. Most of her feats come from teamwork, and her Chrono Accelerator can jam and easily be destroyed pretty easily. Plus, you might think Tracer might have an experience as being much older than Ruby, but remember, Tracer didn't start having her Chrono Accelerator until after the Omnic War, since she was a pilot most of her life. But Tracer is still the face of Overwatch and one of the most versatile heroes ever. If you fight her, you better have good aim because you're gonna need it to take out a Tracer. Now, this fight will take place at King's Row with no preparation. Now the results has been loaded in. The winner of this Colosseum episode is Rwby Rose. Now there has been several factors. I looked into this, and Rwby had the edge in near every category, including both physical and mental, since she is far stronger, faster, and durable. Not to mention she is more of a brainiac when it comes to fighting. And when we take solo missions in perspective, Rwby has been in 3 solo missions, Tracer has only been in 1, and Tracer failed at her mission. Not to mention that Tracer's experience mainly comes from jet, not on-ground fighting. Plus, when Tracer's Chrono Accelerators malfunction, Rwby will be able to get an easy hit on Tracer. Not to mention Tracer's Chrono Accelerator can be easily broken since it was mainly damaged from one knee kick from Widowmaker. A knee kick. Seriously, someone could barely be phased by a knee kick if they're very strong. Now, Tracer wasn't hopeless. She has fought plenty of snipers before and does have a wider range of weapons. But those two factors does not really help, considering Rwby has more edges than Tracer. Plus, with the addition that Rwby can just destroy Tracer's Chrono Accelerator, she doesn't even need to kill her. She can just destroy it and be done. Seriously, it's that simple. And before I give you the hints for the next fighter, once again, good job for Overpowered Guy for getting the right answer. I know you meant Tracer, it's just simple autocorrect, but good job for you anyway. Here's the hints for the next 2 fighters. Steven's best friend. Star's best friends.